This is Gerald Johan van Waas Educational Channel, related with the book Sounding Form. Sounding Form is about a method to combine letters and sounds, after which you can understand actually what words are expressing solely based upon the meaning of the sounds and how they are forming a kind of natural order by the combinations of these sounds and letters. It proves that there is a natural law that makes it so that these letters and sounds fit perfectly with the intention of the expressions that is lying beyond these words. The book is 2 volumes together as Sound in Form. It's also separately available as Development of the Word with a Theory, with a few extra examples in this book if you would purchase it separately. And the Application of the Word as an extra study, also with the Japanese and Chinese and old ancient Egyptian, how you can sense them also from the sounds and how you can understand the scripts and the various scripts, how they have their own guiding method that is taking part of our experience, how we perceive the world, even in an unconscious way for most of the time. But there I will reveal these things. You can find it in the US at trafford.com. In Europe it is Amazon, bol.com and so on, where you can find it. So I have some examples, but I'll first make a quick overview of the vowels. I will have only one of the combined vowels. I will have some examples of it in this video. And thanks to these videos, the latest videos, you will gradually more and more see how natural these associations come and become when you follow the rules that I have quite complicated in my book, but in fact once you learned it, it is not that complicated, but you have to adapt a lot of things first, certain perception methods, certain associations, until you associate it correctly. The vowels actually, as you hear them, you can compare them with the wave. All these words are like waves, and we perceive them, and it is a kind of general, let's say, tendency of a wave there that we try to grasp upon. There's a continuation, and we try to follow the logic in the time that we hear all these variations of letters. And the basic sound wave is like the A. It is the general, most common wave that is in almost there everywhere. That is where you can attach almost anything to. And so the top wave is then the A, and the lower wave is the U, as the unmanifested things that are still within the wave. But when you have the A, it is a confirmation, it's an impulse that you say, oh yeah, I recognize it, and I follow it up, and there I know what I understand. And it's very easy to follow it up with the letter A. So we hear it, and our brain interprets the variations. What kind of variations do you have in the vowels? The vowels are more or less the spaces of difference, the difference between the spaces, let's say. So the I or the E is something what you hear which has higher frequencies, and then it gives you an impulse to react to it. Especially when it matches with your A, then you know that you have to raise your frequency, but most of the time you will just try to find a match because his impulse is higher than yourself, and so you try to adapt. Oh, I have a different impulse, I have to do something. The E or the E is more that you hear that the rhythm there is lying somewhere else. So we have to adapt there to the new rhythm. So, and we have to move, we have to replace, we have to move our focus, and that there you can find these vowels. The Y, just like the E, is the impulse that you know that the higher frequencies are laying elsewhere. So you have to the not manifested elements there still have to adapt. So we know that we have to adapt something. This is also one of the things that you will notice in these letters. The A here is not only the move to a different rhythm and place, but it's also the slight difference in frequency. So you have to elevate something and you have to move something. Both of these things. The I is that you have the higher frequency. You hear this higher frequency at times or in the associations that you have the low frequencies, so the U. So it gives actually an extra impulse to the lower frequencies so that they can become or will become more dominant by this impulse. There is actually a word with I. A Dutch word with ui, so it's onion, of course. It's more I, so you have this, and the form is actually recognizable there as well. So the low frequencies, so the lower impulses are lifted up. So it is, most of the time it will not be very. Most of these things with I will have impulses like a smell or something pungent, or how can I say? So something becomes dominant, which normally isn't. You also have the word lui, for instance, or lazy. So with the L there as a growing, so it as a growing impulse towards the higher frequencies, so the lifting up of the frequencies. It actually also means that your lower frequencies, which are low, are getting more dominant. So la or lazy is getting your lower impulses to a more dominant rule. So it is not very, it's not something that uplifts you at all. On the contrary, it's just an example that you understand what happens here. Then you have the ow, so it's also these higher frequencies of lower ones. So in the way it is connecting higher dominance of appearance in general. You will get examples of it later, but I will stick to some examples of only just one letter, and then you understand. I almost forgot, but O still exists as well. This is where you hear that some other even higher impulses don't interfere, but they show that there are differences, but you can easily follow them up. Even with the OU or OW, you can find the same things and the same impulses gradually that after a while you will indeed adapt. And the A with long A is also, you see, there are differences in rhythm, there are differences in dominance, so also there are adaptations needed. But I will stick to the examples with I. I only have a few of them, but there you will see how this will be in reality, not just with this random example of the onion. I will have some other ones. So you have here the A and the I. So the I will will give an impulse to the lower impulses. That was what we said before, but it is a bit more. You can have a bit more possibilities than that. Actually, it also says something with A. It is always dominant and present. With the U, it's not dominant, so it's dormant, let's say. So these are the things that are dormant, not negative all the time. It's just not necessary, but it's something which is normally dormant and which can be activated. and it appears by impulse. The E is the impulse that tries to uplift this. So most of the times it'll happen like this. So something arrives towards you, so it arrives in it, and it disappears again. So the impulses are in a certain rhythm, in a certain variation, so they're not constant. It's only by impulse that something is uplifted somewhere. So suddenly it appears and then it disappears again. So like this. So something comes into the area and something goes out of the area. You see the U again, and here the I. So something comes in and something goes out. Now I have one example. You recognize the animal, the mouse. So it appears from a hole, and it appears and it disappears again. The M is of course the mass, and because it's also with an S, it ends with the S in front or even before you as well. Why? And it goes away. Everything is with this S from beginning until the end. But here you can see already the mouse. It fits very well. And now I also have house. The H is always this area that connects. It's a space which connects. It mostly connects different variations. The whole range of variations that you can have there. So the U or the HU that I will have to add are also then the different variations of what I can have inserted. What will I insert? So I'll insert something that comes in, I'll insert something that comes out. So they are connecting areas that have different parts, different variations. With the S attached again, so I have the movement inwards, then the movement outwards. And again, this fits very well with the word house and how we also describe it like a drawing. So which are the elements that are there? You have the window, you have the door, and you have the smoke coming out of the house. So even these three, and the road towards the house even. So these few things that makes a house a nice place to be. It has all these variations of house, as you can see already in my drawing, which is simply actually, it's slightly deliberate that I knew already where I was coming out, but I exactly use them as the theory says how I should do that. It's a certain logic. I just followed the logic and it fits perfectly. Of course, there are a lot of other words which also with huis, so all the Dutch word. You have here kuis. The K is with the break, mostly it's breaking apart or changing. So what is kuis? So kuis is cleaning. Cleaning it means, so it's so cleaning or putting the rubble away, things like that. So that with the K, it's making a change. So it's the different in and out movements that need change and adaptation. You can recognize it immediately. Ruis, or it is it means noise or interference noise, let's say. And the R is, of course, movement of change. So again, what will I have in the end? It's an adaptation and further circulation. That's the description of R, the adaptation and further circulation. Again, of what? Of the in and out of movements and its effect, of course. And the effect that it has because of the S. And also with kuis, with the cleaning, with the effect it will have in the end. Buis, it's a pipe, that's pipe. So the B is a contained pressure, that's the B. And what will be in this contained pressure? There will be an in and out movement. Once again, all these letter combinations fit with the meanings of the sounds that are hidden inside. Thanks again for watching. This was Gerald Johan van Waas. You can find more information in these books. So if you want a theory, development of the word, if you're more interested in astrology, ancient Egyptian and ancient Chinese things, Chinese and Japanese associations, and old ancient scripts and the meanings of them, and all the previous theories that existed about the meaning of sounds, you can read the application of the word. But the theory is more the study how I came to the theory is the development of the word. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This was Gerald Johan van Waas again. So there's a website also, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to have more examples. More examples soon. Thank you very much.